Hey, what's up everybody? Joe McCall here, and on this quick video, I'm going to show you my top 3 favorite websites that I get all of the leads I can handle for free on the internet. So if you're ready for that, hang on here. This is really simple. So if you've seen my webinar at sloclass.com, look at that link down below or click the video or the button below this video. I teach how to find more leads than you can handle for free. And these are just a few of my favorite places to go, my favorite websites to go to get free leads. And I'm not talking about placing ads. I'm not talking about cold calling. I'm not talking about sending thousands and thousands of postcards. It's just contacting people who have properties, asking them if they want to sell or if they want to rent their house. Okay, so my number one favorite site is Zillow. I created a whole course on this called the Z Code. Some of you might have seen that or heard about that. And I just picked up a random market here on Zillow in San Antonio, Texas. And if you look, I like to look at rentals. And again, I'm not talking about placing ads. I'm talking about contacting landlords and property managers and for sale by owners. And I'll show you how to do that here. So I like to go in the for rent. I like to stay in the median price range. I don't want the real cheap ones. I don't want the real expensive ones. And so I don't know San Antonio well enough, but you should get a decent house for $1,000 a month or more. But I like to do 3+ bedrooms, and I like houses only. I don't like to look for condos or townhomes. It just makes it too hard to find buyers for, okay? And there's 1,100 right here. Now, let's say you're in a market where there's not that many, not enough. Well, you can always zoom out. And if you zoom out, you'll get more. Now I'm getting up into this area up here. What is that, Austin? There's 2,100 results, okay? And then what I'm doing is when I'm pulling up one of these properties, I'm looking for contacting the owner or whoever's advertising the property. So in this example here, this is a big property management company, Renters Warehouse. I'm probably not going to send them a text, but I might. But what I'll do is I'll pull the address up here and send a letter, a quick yellow letter that I can do online, which by the way, my VAs do my yellow letters for me, and which is pretty cool. But anyway, I can send a letter to the owner of the property, okay? Now, one of the things that these houses all have in common, which I love, is number one, they're all nice houses, right? And number two, they're all vacant. So unless this is owned by a huge hedge fund, and there are a lot of properties in San Antonio that are owned by hedge funds, a lot of properties though are not. And so if somebody owns this house, chances are there's a mortgage and it's been vacant. They just put a bunch of money in it to fix it up. And they might be motivated to sell it. If not now, then they will later, okay? So I look for houses like this. There's 3 things I send to these properties. I send a text, I send an email, and I send a voicemail through a ringless voicemail system. And each of those voicemails are personalized. We do them one at a time, so it's not blasting a bunch of automated voicemails either, okay? Sometimes you're going to find houses that are listed by individual owners, and you can just send them a text or an email from the phone number here, or you can click ask a question and send them a question through the Zillow platform. Looks like this one's freezing up a little bit. All right, here's a property that I just found, and you'll notice these pictures look really nice, and they look like the house is staged. Now, I may be wrong, but a lot of times these houses that look like they have professional realtor pictures in them, looks like it's staged. They don't stage these properties like this as a rental property, right? For rental purposes. A lot of times these are houses that they tried to sell at one time and they couldn't, and so now they're just renting it out. But if you scroll down here, you'll see it looks like the individual property owner is advertising this property. So I would send them a text or send them a voicemail and an email. Okay, cool. Now, the other thing I like about Zillow is getting the for sale by owners, and that's really easy to do. You just switch this off here to by owner, and I need to change the pricing. Again, I like to stay in the median price range, and which might be between 100 to 400,000, 3+ bedrooms, houses only. And now you're looking at this thinking, man, there's only 102 results. That's not enough. Well, what if I zoom out? Now all of a sudden I have 244. Zoom out again. Now I have 1,172. Let me zoom out again, and I got half of Mexico in there. Let me scroll up a little bit. Now I got 5,115 for sale by owner results. Okay, so the thing about Zillow is it's the number one place for rental properties and for sale by owner properties. And when I'm looking these homes up, I don't care if they're in small towns. In fact, I prefer that they be in small towns. There's less competition, but there's still a high demand for these houses. We just did a lease option on a house in a small town in Nebraska the population was 480 people. We did a small little lease option deal there. And so this is a house that's listed for sale by owner. And all of my team does is they go in here and they look for the owner's name and phone number. And there it is right there, property owner. There's a phone number. We send them an email, a text, and a voicemail, just ask them about the property. Now you can click property owner here. And Zillow doesn't let you email them here, but you can just call them. You might be able to, you can send them an email right here, but you have to select these are the realtors that are looking to become a buyer's agent or something like that. Okay. So lots of opportunity just on Zillow alone. And what I tell people is, 1 week, go after this area. The next week, go after this area. The next week, go after this area. So pick like 3 big markets and target all the rentals and all the for sale by owners and just ask them, hey, I saw your rental property on Craigslist. You wouldn't be interested in maybe selling it, would you? Or if it's a for sale by owner, hey, I saw your property on Zillow as a for sale by owner. If I can get you full price, would you consider something like a lease purchase or a rent to own or owner financing or something like that, right? Real simple. Then you only talk to the people that raise their hands. And one of them, let me say one more thing about Zillow too. It's really cool is, we have software for people that invest in my course that will go in and scrape Zillow for you. So they'll go into each of these houses and scrape and put into a spreadsheet the address, the price, the beds, the baths, and the person who's advertising the house, their name and phone number as well. And then with our CRM, you can send out text messages to them. You can click on the the address of the property and find the homeowner who owns that property and get their address. So you could send them a letter. And so it's pretty powerful. Now, let me say one more thing too. If the house is listed by a property manager, sometimes I will send the property manager a marketing text or something, but a lot of times I will just click a couple buttons in my CRM and send the owner of that rental property a letter, which is pretty simple and easy. Now, my second favorite website for leads is Redfin. And why Redfin? Because Redfin gives you older listings, okay? So I went back into San Antonio here. I did a price between 100 to 450,000, and I went to more filters, and I said 3+ bedrooms, houses only, because again, when we're doing lease options, you want to stay with nice homes in nice areas, okay? And then right down here, you have this thing called time on Redfin. You can select more than 60, 90 days. And the market, you may say it's hot right now. All you need to do is stick a sign in the yard and you're selling properties lightning fast, right? Well, okay, if that's the case, why are there 2,093 homes right now in this area that are priced between $100,000 to $450,000 that have been on the market over 60 days? Now, another one of the filters I like to do that will bring that number down a little bit is remove new construction. So I might say, all right, that has to be built before 2017. And that'll drop it down here substantially to 591. I think a lot of times home builders will list homes for sale, even though they're not built yet. So anyway, that's 591 properties that have been on the market in the Metro San Antonio area over 60 days. Now, you could also change this filter to more than 90 days and click Apply Filters. Now you have 377 homes. What if you sent a letter to the homeowners of these older listings and said, listen, if I can get you $275,000 for your house at 9918 North Lake, would you consider maybe owner financing or a lease purchase or something like that? One of my students, he created a letter that I give out in my course that you can send to the owners. Just again, you can put this data real quick into my CRM and you can send letters. But he sends this letter saying, hey, I'd love to buy your house, but I need to rent it for a year or so first and then buy it. Pulling deals from that, really, really good deals. And we're not trying to go around the realtor. We still can, we still work with realtors on these deals. But let me show you something really cool about Redfin here. If you scroll down on the right, you can download these properties into a spreadsheet and you can then import them into the CRM. And I also have this other integration with this tool that will give you the owner's information on it. So you import a big spreadsheet, you get back the owner's information, name, address, how much equity they have, which ones of these properties have a lot of equity or no equity, which ones are vacant, bankruptcies, which ones have liens. It's pretty amazing what you can do. So again, something I show in my course. My third favorite site is, of course, Facebook Marketplace. Just these three websites alone, Zillow, Redfin, Facebook Marketplace, are where 99% of the homes are going to be advertised on there for rent or for sale. And with Facebook Marketplace, it's a little more restrictive. You can't even get the address to some of these properties. But you could say, all right, show me the homes between 1,000 to 3,000, 3+ bedrooms, houses only. And you can go in and find these properties that are listed for rent. And again, you're not going to get the address of the property necessarily, but you can send the seller or the property manager or whoever a message right here. Is the house still available? I saw this rental. Sometimes you can click on the map and zoom in to see maybe the street that it's on. I don't know. This is like a main street. But you could say, hey, I saw this property. You wouldn't consider maybe leasing it for a year and then selling it, would you? Here's the cool thing about all this marketing I'm showing you is that a virtual assistant at $3 an hour can do this marketing for you. And then you only talk to the people that raise their hands and might be interested in some kind of special financing. All right. And then you just send messages. Sometimes the messages will be going through Facebook Messenger. And sometimes if I click on one of these here, it comes through third-party sites. Like if it's a realtor listed property, it might be from something like Zumper, it's called. But you can then send them a message through Facebook by email. So yeah, I wouldn't, when it comes to Facebook Marketplace, I would suggest only doing about 10 or 20 a day. Don't be sending any more than that because Facebook, they'll start blocking you if you're sending too many of the messages. Okay, here's an example of a property that's listed from Zumper, which pulls it from the MLS. And when you click contact, it'll pop up a window that says, hey, do you want to send a message or I don't know if they send a text or not, but that goes through Zumper. Anyways, here's the cool thing about all of this. And I didn't even mention Craigslist because Craigslist it used to be good, but it has a bunch of spam in here now. Properties that aren't homes or they're just advertising spam credit repair services or things like that. But anyway, the three favorite websites I like to go to get leads. Number one, Zillow. And I go look for nice rentals, nice for sale by owners. And we have a software a company that we work with a software that scrapes all this data, puts it into a spreadsheet, and then every day we can send 50 to 100 texts. We can send individualized, personalized voicemails. We can send emails, and we can send letters. We can even get the homeowner's information, skip trace them, and contact them if you want. But again, these for rent by owner, the for rent properties are usually vacant. They're nice homes, okay? And then you can also get for sale by owner homes, and you can if you keep on zooming out, maybe one week you go after one state, the next week you go after another state, and just rotate through these states. You're going to find thousands and thousands of for sale by owner homes. And that's again the cool thing about lease options is you can do these deals virtually from anywhere. You don't have to go see the houses. Then my second favorite site is Redfin, and I'm going after older listings, properties that have been on the market over 60, 90 days, offering them full price if they'd consider maybe a lease purchase or owner financing. And you can download this list into a spreadsheet. You can upload it into this other tool that I have that will tell you how many of these 400 homes have a lot of equity. And maybe you can change your message. If it has a little equity, your letter could be, do you want a lease purchase? If it has a lot of equity, then you can say, hey, do you want to own or finance or something? And then the third favorite place I like to go to is Facebook Marketplace, and I can start sending messages to these sellers through Facebook Messenger and stuff like that. So more leads than you can handle, guys, without spending thousands and thousands of dollars, without even spending hundreds of dollars. I mean, how much does it cost to send a text, to send an email, to send a voicemail? If you're interested in getting more information, I want to invite you to my webinar at sloclass.com, sloclass.com. You can see the link down below or click the button down below and join the webinar because I show you how to contact these sellers, what to say to them, how to negotiate. There's actually not even really any negotiating involved. I show you the proposal that I send that does the selling for you. I show you how to find buyers for these properties lightning fast. And these buyers have money. You don't need a buyer's list. It's a great business. And as we start coming into the recession, pretty soon you're going to see house prices start dipping again, because it's inevitable to happen. Then this is the best strategy to have in your back pocket, understanding and knowing how to do creative financing deals. It's going to help you do more deals, make more money. And so join me on the webinar. You're going to love it. sloclass.com, sloclass.com. We'll see you. Thanks.